How's it going, YouTube? We're back with another match. In this one we have blue hybrid going up against a blue-green hybrid. So this deck is kind of cool. You know, the idea is that Davis supposedly draws 2 cards, a blue and a green card. And you know, as you see from like the red-green, green could be kind of like splashed, I suppose. I'm honestly not entirely sure how consistent or how much, you know, work this deck's gonna do. But as you can see, he did draw 2 from Davis, so that's the main idea. So we're gonna see, you know, can blue and green coexist in the same deck, going up against the more standard, you know, blue hybrid doing blue hybrid stun shenanigans. Gonna be swinging, but checks a Sora Joe as the first check. That's gotta be the worst possible feeling when you're playing against blue, right? At least he's got a Swords, but it kind of makes it awkward. Like now you don't want to be hard playing any Bokos or Strabbies or anything like that. So definitely puts the blue hybrid player in a very awkward situation. Has to just pass actually. Pass in there, you know, better than just like hard dropping something, giving extra memory. We're going to see Korikaku. He finds his rookie. He's able to get some stun going. Now hits a Boko, which is pretty good. And there's the Tommy. So we really haven't seen much of the green cards just yet. You know, he did pick him up from Davis. But, you know, he's got to play JP first, right? Like, JP's the only tamer. So, I don't know. Like, blue-green seems cool. I wonder, like, how consistent it can actually be. But, I mean, the idea is interesting. With cards like Strabby and Pokemon that can, like, search multiple stuff. Like, I don't know. It seems good, right? Although, does Strabby specify blue tamer? I'm pretty sure he does, right? So it's really just Pokemon that gets to go wild, and I guess Davis with the searches, right? There's definitely some synergy there. But just like with the green and red mix, like, I don't know if these are ever better than just the like standard color, if you will. But it's definitely cool, and you know, you could try it out, see if you like it. Alright, so you know, we have blue hybrid using the Kumamon to strip the Swords, can get some stun going. Is forced to give up the Sora Joe though, which always feels kind of bad, right? You want to try and get Sora Joe as much as possible, but he had no other tamer, so he was forced to do it. Luisthepanda comes out. We see Kumamon. So right now it's like pretty standard blue hybrid shenanigans. I want to see the green cards, you know, come into effect for sure. Korikaku gets the stun. Yeah, stripping the sources. It's an ice wall, which doesn't do anything because the Sora, the Luisthepanda. So honestly, really good for the blue-green player here, but I've yet to see the green cards. Okay, here comes Boko, who is not going to pick up a single green card, but he can take Kumamon. We'll see if the other blue player can bounce back, but you know, with no tamers, it seems really tough. No hammer socks or anything like that. There's an opposing Sora Joe. So honestly, this game looks kind of over. Hitting the Sora Joe on the first check is just terrible. Okay, we see the Strabby. But, you know, the Tommy there I think might be too little too late. Get a bunch of bodies, but like, you won't be able to survive, right? Gonna go into a Boko to pass turn, and now there's just, yeah, way too many hits. Hybrids, all the good stuff. So I guess what we could say about that game is that like even if you play the blue-green deck, you could just win by playing the blue cards, right? I wonder how often that happened to him. I know that he's playing like, you know, 4 or a couple JPs like the Beetles, the Rhino, the Ancient Beetle and whatnot. But I wonder how much it actually comes up. I guess they just didn't need him that game, right? I will say, like, green hybrid is not really finding that huge success, but I feel like the green hybrid line is like pretty bonkers. Rhino and then swing for the ancient, you know, for only 3. It's pretty strong, I think. Plus JP is just super strong in general, giving you the cheaper Digivolution cost. See, Davis, this time he doesn't get a green Digimon. Maybe in like the Paildramon deck, Davis will always get you 2, or should. But I don't know if he runs enough green cards to really be getting both the hits from Davis like that. Although when it happens, I'm sure like it feels good, right? But Davis is already pretty good, even if he only gets you 1 card. This time we have the blue hybrid player off to a better start. He's got his own Davis and a Sora Joe. So definitely seems better. Want to see the green cards come into play. There's the JP. You love to see it. But the Sword Joe makes it kind of awkward. Don't want to be playing, you know, like a Pokemon or Strabby or anything like that. Just the power of Sword Joe. You can see it. Like, it makes everything so awkward. Swings into an Asulong. So again, we have no side decks here. That means that, you know, they're just main decking the Asulong, which isn't the craziest thing, but, you know, I like it. It's interesting. Clam swings, and this time it survives because it's 3k. So much better start for the blue hybrid player. It's definitely in a great spot. Like, the JP is there, but I don't know, how scary is it, right? Okay, it goes into the Beowulf that can be attacked. I do love the BT4 Beowulf. And funny enough, like, it would be pretty good against green. That's set up because the other player has the blue package. He can then strip the sources. And the Beowulf actually only protects itself if it has hybrids in the sources. So it will be able to be swung at. But now it's frozen in time. Gonna go into a Korikaku, Beowulf. Hey, there's the other Beowulf, the slightly better Beowulf. Swings and survives. So this game, like I was saying, definitely going infinitely better for the standard blue hybrid player. Still has Davis set up. The other Beowulf is not doing too much, but, you know, it's only 1 JP. And I don't know if he even fears it that much. Just gonna pass with the watermelon. Okay, so blue-green player has JP available, memory to work with. I know that his deck still plays things like Hammer Sparks too. Gonna just go with another Howlin'. Keep the stun going. But I guess that means he doesn't have like a JP line to go into. So it seems like he's definitely really behind here. He has to just play another Strabby. Ooh, bottom deck in the Ice Wall hurts. Ice Wall could have, you know, potentially bought him a turn, but such is life with the searches. Sometimes you just send your one of Ice Wall to the bottom of the deck and it'd be like that. Okay, so there's 2 bodies on the board. There's 1 Davis to work with. It does feel like, you know, the blue player is in an infinitely better spot this game around. The double Howlin' is potentially kind of scary, but like, with the just 1 JP in there, is that a full Boko whiff? Yeah. With the just the JP, it's like, it's not that bad. If it hits into a Sword Joe or something, like, okay, then maybe it'd be super scary, but as it stands, I think it's totally fine. Gonna go into the Kendo for 3, and then he refunds the 2, right? Guess the bounce. Okay, so he did hit into a blue tamer, which is potentially scary, but oh, and then a Tommy as well. Wait a second, that's actually terrible. He was in a great spot until he hits back-to-back tamers and security, but such is life against blue hybrid, right? He doesn't have game this turn. But I guess I could try and just set up a tamer. That's what I would say, right? Make sure that you have game for next turn. Just take the attack while you can. It's another tamer. Wow, another Davis. So now, like, the blue-green player must have everything, right? Like, he's got so much memory, infinite tamers. He just has no security, though, so. Still really tough because it's unlikely he can win the game this turn. And he's surely dead next turn, right? We're going to see what he can do, though. Like, okay, let me see what the deck could do. JP shenanigans for sure, right? He's got just so much memory to work with. The blue hybrid security could be so insane, right? So many tamers, annoying options like Hammer Spark, Ice Wall, Howlin', and then just endless amount of tamers. Like I was saying, the Sword Joe just feels so bad when you hit into it. Okay, thinking about, you know, how he's gonna play the turn out. There is a tamer in the other side, so, you know, potentially you can't freeze that, and like if you pass turn, you're probably gonna lose, right? Starts with a trade against the watermelon. That probably shows us that he's not going for game this turn, right? Okay, so he's got the metal to suspend the Boko. Go into Korikaku. His memory to work with from the Howlin'. Get the freeze started. I wonder if he's got like the Rhino. Okay, gonna be swinging. You know, sometimes you're like, I have so many Digimon, there's no way that blue can answer them, and then they'll answer them, right? They'll bounce them, stun them. The potential from blue is really insane. Okay, so he's swinging over pretty much every Digimon, so just going for full board control. Another Howlin'. Goes into the Rhino. And then he can swing, going into the Ancient to get the Trash and the Pierce. And then, oh, I like the Thunder Laser as a way to memory choke, because the blue player, you know, he doesn't have Davis or anything like that anymore. So putting him at 1 and him having no bodies that can attack is actually insane there. So really funny the way Thunder Laser is utilized there. Like, it's a pretty good card, you know, being able to rest Digimon for 1 memory is insane. But really the best way to use it there was for the memory choke. I actually really like that. Now, if the blue player had a Hammer Spark, you know, it'd definitely be like Hammer Spark Hybrid GG. But doesn't look like he does, and surely he's dead next turn, right? So we got to see what the green and blue could do. Although, you know, a lot of that was definitely like he got some insane security checks. But the Ancient Beetle putting in work for sure. Like Beetlemon, Metal Caboterimon, Rhino, Ancient Beetle, all really, really strong cards. And honestly, I'm a bit surprised that green just doesn't do better in general. But I guess it's cool to see people try out different stuff. So he plays the Davis to guarantee his memory to work with next turn. But now we have too many swings, and that's going to be the game going to the blue-green hybrid player. Thanks for watching.